Conor, do you know what wrestling is?
I could rest my balls on your forehead.
Yeah, I know.
Put me in that bracket, and I did not appreciate that one bit. So, you know, there's people buried in the desert for less than that. So Floyd needs to understand, before he speaks, who he is speaking about. And that is as simple as that.
He's in fucking bitch with them little bitch paws. Mate, you're 40. Get that fucking phone out of your hand like a fucking kid. A 40-year-old man. What the fuck? He was wearing high heels yesterday. Check the face-up picture from yesterday and check it from the day before. Proper fucking high heels that bitch was wearing. You should have worn them on the first fucking day, you stupid baldy twat. Oh, yeah.
Orange cotton candy.
You look like a 50-year-old retired skateboarder. A little fat old man you look like. You my fat?
Backed out. He was going to fight you, backed out, and said it was due to a rib injury, but he's been cleared to fight by a doctor. What do you think happened?
I mean, the man is running scared. I cannot force a man who is not willing to step in and fight. I cannot force him into the octagon to face me, but really I cannot hold any grudge towards him because I would not want to face me either because I would...
Fuck that Mike! On the count of 3, I want everyone in this arena to scream at the top of your lungs, fuck the Mayweathers! 1, 2, 3! No, 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 no. We can do better than that. When I count to 3, I want this entire arena to scream, fuck the Mayweathers! 1, 2, 3, fuck the Mayweathers! He won't do shit! You fuck!
Sorry that I couldn't fight him the last time, and when it comes time to fight him now, I'm gonna kick his ass.
Can you say what you thought when you saw him there? What was your reaction?
I honestly, the first thing I said to him was, wow, I didn't think I'd see you again. So I was actually happy to see him. I shook his hand, I embraced him, I gave him a little cuddle, I told him everything's gonna be A-okay. It will be over before you know it. Just please show up December 12th. So I don't want to scare him anymore. He's petrified. He went running before. So now I'm going to take the opposite approach. Cuddle him, look after him, whisper sweet nothings, tell him it's going to be all right. It will be over quick. And hopefully get him into that octagon December 12th and then end his career.
He's giggling at his little soft body. I've never seen a skinny guy. How can a fat guy be so skinny at the same time? It amuses me, but...
For both McGregor and Cowboy, I see you both winning the championship coming up soon. Could you see yourself fighting each other coming up in the next year?
Yeah, go ahead, McNugget. You want to answer that or no?
Ladies first.
McGregor, you're winning. Don't worry about that. Love you, Cowboy.
His chin is deteriorating. Every single contest he gets in, he hits one knee. He does a gust of wind and he does the chicken dance. You know what I mean? Coming up against me, that's not going to be good. You know?
Talk about money because we are the business network and the business of the UFC and all that.
I'll take
sort of
over
stuff.
from here, Nate. You can bounce. Take a coffee break, Nate. And by coffee break, I mean bring me my coffee.
No. They want you to give us a quick count to 10, both of you gentlemen, if you don't mind, just if you wouldn't mind counting to 10.
Nate can only count to 5. 10.
Oh.
Count to 5, Nate, will you, if you can?
You can't.
Hurry up with that coffee.
I ain't counting. How about
and
that?
hurry up with that coffee.
If Dana rang you and said, you don't have to fight Cerrone, you can fight McGregor, even though Cerrone was still fit, would you take it? You're damn right you take it.
Of course, man. Easy
Because
money.
I
Of
change
course
your
you
bum
got
life.
easy money, man.
I can make you
Look
rich.
at you, man.
I change your bum life. You fight me, it's a
Of
celebration.
course you can. I would beat you.
When you sign to fight me, it's a celebration. You ring back home. You ring your wife. Baby, we done it. We're rich, baby. Conor McGregor made us rich. Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby. So don't say you would not take that fight, because you would take that fight like everyone else up here would take the fight against me if it was offered, regardless of belts or any of that shit. I'm the money fight in the male shit at all weight divisions, so fuck everybody else up here.
Ireland, what do you think about that?
I don't give a what Eddie says. Who gives a The Irish are back. We've taken back control of New York City. I run New York City. I'm a pimp. Rocking Gucci mink. And without me, this whole ship sink.
If there's ever a man that looks like a weasel, that's fucking it. You gonna do? You gonna stand up and do something? You sit down and shut your fucking mouth.
On Dennis Siver.
My thoughts on Dennis Siver is he's a midget German steroid head. That's my thoughts on him. So I don't have any thoughts other than that. But if you think, you said congratulations, I'm now number 9. If you think I celebrate number 9, you're highly mistaken, my friend. I don't give a shit about rankings. As far as I'm concerned,
Otario, Otario. Otario, Otario.
You know what that means? Pussy.
And Conor, Fabrício Verdun, he told us in Brazil that you tried to train at King's MMA for the fight against Jose Aldo. Is that true?
Why would I want to train in that bum gym? I train with my own people. I have since day one. That man needs to get his facts straight before I roll in there and buy that gym and turn it into a fucking dump. You know what I mean?
Não é nada.
Chad was kicking his ass. Has he heard about jiu-jitsu? Does he know what wrestling is? Chad took that fight with 2 weeks' notice. It looked like a turtle.
well, at the end of it, he was the turtle. But as far as I'm concerned, when you fought Chad, he rearranged your face. You haven't looked right since. After that 5-round Mendes fight, which arguably could have went to him, you look like you've had a stroke. The left side of your face is drooping. I'm worried about you. Honestly, I'm worried. I love you. I love you like my bitch. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Semana passada eu tive
Get yourself medically tested, because your face is drooping.
Really don't care. Like, he can do whatever he wants, and I'll continue to be the champion.
He said, tell him he's his daddy.
My father raised me like this, like a man.
Tell him I said
not.
I am his daddy.
Ele tá falando que ele é seu pai.
Nunca vai ser.
Sit on my lap.
Nunca vai ser. Tá mais fácil
Sit on my lap.
eu domino.
Sit on my lap. Eu domino.
Sometimes it's submission, but in the end, my hand's raised every time, and I'm 100% confident in that. You know.
You know, he doesn't have a vision of what's going to happen, as you can clearly see. Yeah, throughout training camp, you definitely have shots that you see, that you feel cracking. You know, you feel them shots happen. You know, his weakness is obviously his chin. You know, look, don't get me wrong. I like the kid. He's a quiet little hillbilly from the back arse of nowhere. You know, I've nothing against the guy. You know what I mean? I'm sure he grew up in a circus or a fair, or, you know, he's a nice little kid. So, Cletus, or, you know, his cousin's probably named Cletus or something. He's a nice kid. I felt the finish was there for me, and I injured my knee midway through the second. I just can't get it out of my head, but looking back, I should have just pulled my knee from my leg and hit him with it, you know what I mean? That's what I'm... I just went with what was comfortable, and what was comfortable was get to the ground, you know what I mean? And just kind of... And just play it from there, you know what I mean? We get looked after when we finish. This promotion wants finishes, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm looking for. These custom-made suits aren't cheap, you know what I mean? This solid gold pocket watch, 3 people died making this watch, you know what I mean? So I need to put people away. I need them big fights, or I'm gonna end up in debt pretty fast, you know what I mean? So I'm looking to hurry it along and finish everyone, you know what I mean? So that's my thoughts on it. But the support out there was unbelievable. It was green walking out there. The place was green. There was green flags fucking leprechauns floating around. It was unbelievable, you know what I mean? It was brilliant.
So one more thing that I forgot too when I was...
He was extremely overweight and he had to cut down to make that 155-pound limit. And then the king calls and says, "You're up again, kid," and now he's got to do it all over again. So I mean, just looking at him, he's aged 25 years in the last 2 weeks. So I can only imagine how he's feeling. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I hope he shows up. But if he shows up December 12th, the division will be killed, like I predicted. And then it's on to the 155 stuck in the mud division.
Between Ricardo and Frankie and Chad, who do you think is the strongest mixed martial artist?
I'd feel comfortable against both. Frankie has held the lightweight title. He's challenged at a high level his whole career. He fights with his heart, but again, he's an aging competitor. He's on the downside of his career. I think that's an accurate assessment. The same with Cub. I believe he's aging. He looks 95 years old. I say it every time. But for me personally, you know, I have nothing against Frankie. I respect his style, but I would like Cub to win for the specific reason that he seems to think that he has been promised a UFC title shot if he wins this fight against Frankie. So I want him to win that contest, and then I will bake a freshly made pie and smack him clean in the face with it when I get the title shot. If you look back at the last featherweight contest in Mexico, it was between a guy who had a horrendous fight against Jose Aldo, Ricardo Lamas. He fought like a pussy. He ran for 5 rounds. And then you look at Dennis Bermudez, who's on a false win streak. Holloway beat him. So these are 2 average, okay, journeyman fighters. Yet there was so much light on that fight, so much attention on 2 decisions. You know, Dennis is a decision machine, and Ricardo's fought like a pussy. So they still got that exposure. People are even talking about Nick Lentz. Who gives a shit about Nick Lentz, really? Now, before I came along, they can say all they want, but they're up here, they're trying to talk like I'm trying to talk, they're rocking the suits and everything, you know what I mean? But there is only one.
It's you.
City, you know, Ireland number 2, I like to call it. And then, you know, it's on to big business. Jose will be told what to do. He will be told he must fly economy to Ireland, fill out an 80,000-seater football stadium, break records, highest gate, highest attendance, highest pay-per-view, and then he will hand over that belt on home soil. So that's my year plan right there. I am highly confident I will shut Jose Aldo down in spectacular fashion and take over the game. I say it how I want to say it, yeah? The king speaks however. I'll be fresh after 197. I believe I will dust Rafael inside 1 minute. He is a slower, sloppier version of Aldo. He's like a bum version of Aldo, so I believe in absolutely everything. I believe inside 1 minute I will dust him. I will exit the contest fresh. I will cash the check. I will sign the next contract for UFC 200, the brand new MGM, and we'll go again. 2015 was my year. 2016 is also my year. Every year is my fucking year.
I actually...
First off, Conor, how tall are you, buddy?
5'9".
All right. I'm 5'6".
You're 5'4" at least.
3 inches taller than me, buddy.
5'4" at least. You should stand up because we can barely see you on the screen.
Yeah, all right.
Personally, I wish you all the best. I don't think it's going to be any different from the previous contest. But don't worry, I will take that belt from Jose and I will come back hunting for your little midget head.
I got to believe that somewhere that doesn't sit right with you, that you would like a crack at this guy. So with him sitting there, I mean, is there something you would like to put into words, or is that just not true and you're content never fighting this guy if he moves on?
No, I mean, for sure. Well, what's he been saying over and over again? He's the money fight. I mean, I'd be stupid not to want that fight.
That's all I ask. To be honest. To come up here and tell the damn truth. Good on you, Frankie.
Conor, take a look around you. You got a lot of champions, a lot of grizzled vets. Who do you think would give you the hardest fight out of anybody on stage?
Right here. Right here, the hardest hitting 145 pound, the real hardest hitting 145er right here. This guy TKOs people. When I knock people out, they don't move. They're not. Who the is that guy? Who the is that? You know damn well who I am. Who the is that? Oh my God. I don't know. When I take that guy's belt, Leprechaun. Oh, good one. When I take that guy's belt, I'm looking around. I don't know what anyone else has for me around here. I might have to jump up and drag Floyd Mayweather out there and see what the he's at again.
Do you think it's going to take you long?
I don't see him getting out of the first round, to be honest. I think he's going to come in, approach, and try and make the fight ugly. You know, he's going to try and make the fight ugly. But as you can see, sitting here next to me, Ryan, I'm just too damn pretty.